Notch's vision is 10 moves ahead of the code. Implementation is a mere formality. He's promised that if you buy the game now, the fee will cover all future updates forever. Plus, there's the cachet, the knowledge that you got in on the ground floor and a social phenomenon before everyone else.
And dare I say it, Barjo, Minecraft is classy. The soundtrack doesn't just run constantly. Instead, it'll occasionally play this wistful piano tune, solemn and sublime.
But I feel like something is missing, Hex. I love sandbox games, but this has no story or structure to it, and I felt it needed one. I think in a few years this could be truly awesome, but right now I feel like I'm playing with a bucket and a spade on a beach. So I'm giving it 10 out of 10 for imagination, but for actual fun, I'm giving it 7.5 out of 10 rubber chickens.
Sure, there's no achievements to rack up, but I'd argue that there's still a story. It's your own personal journey of discovery, whether it's digging down into the world's adminium core or crafting your first pair of leather pants.
Do you like pans?
You're always learning, you're always shaping the world in your image. Minecraft just has that certain something. It may not be a wow killer, but it's certainly a time killer, and that's good enough for me. I'm giving it 9 out of 10 rubber chickens.
Good game!
From the very beginning, we knew that we wanted Reach to be the biggest, most ambitious Halo title that we've shipped yet, to live up to the legacy of the franchise. At the same time, we knew we wanted to make a very different type of Halo game.
You need to understand what the sacrosanct elements of Halo are: offhand grenade throwing, vehicles, infantry combat, all that. I mean, all those things are the core elements that make Halo Halo. There's a lot of ideas that people have wanted to do for a long time that we actually had the opportunity to create on Reach, whether it's fighting with other Spartans, whether it's space combat. We wanted to add in a new character, and especially wanted to add in a whole team of Spartans that you're able to fight alongside. So we knew doing all of that, we were going to go to Reach.
One of the big challenges with Reach was making a big Halo campaign with Spartans that aren't Master Chief.
Master Chief's this iconic character, and to sort of break away from that is a risk.
Tell that to the Covenant.
If you don't make them powerful enough, people say the AI looks stupid. If you make them too powerful, people feel like they're not playing the game themselves.
You want the guys that you fight to be very reactive to the player. If the player moves forward, they fall back or they choose to charge the player. But you don't want that with your friendly Spartans. You want your friendly Spartans to be very much anchors. They go to a spot and they hold down the enemies along this corridor, along this line of sight, so the player can create a mental map of, all right, George is there, Carter's over here, and Emil's in the middle. I'm going to flank around this way and deal with those guys.
To support the creative vision for Reach, we tore apart the engine and rebuilt it from the ground up. You're going to see the best player performances you've ever seen in cinematics, for example.
One of the big things we have is we call them big battles, but it's the ability to show like flocks of AI in the distance fighting. So you'll see a bunch of UNSC tanks against Wraith tanks in the distance. Some Covenant cruisers will fly inside. The frigates will take them